A faulty £71 million Home Office IT system has caused immigration errors and leaves staff sobbing. We're going to read into this more from an exclusive from iNews, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an exclusive from iNews with the headline that the faulty £71 million Home Office IT system causes immigration errors and leaves staff sobbing. Asylums, visas, citizenships and immigration enforcement disrupted and delayed by Atlas system where official data can evaporate, it is claimed. Guys, while you're here, before I give my initial thoughts, if you can hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. So, obviously, there's been the major Horizon scandal with the post office and the faulty IT system that has destroyed countless lives there. And without a doubt, that is one of the biggest scandals in our history, and one that we should always try to learn from that and learn from others. But it seems to be becoming the case that we don't really seem to learn from our mistakes, or in particular, shall we say, those in power don't seem to learn from our mistakes here. We have a faulty IT system within our Home Office, guys. And apparently, I've read a little bit into this. Apparently, we have a bit of fault with potentially an NHS IT system as well. How has this happened? Who is responsible for making these decisions? And why are we allowing private companies who clearly don't know what they're doing managing public data or public information? I mean, clearly it's clearly the case here. They're not being looked after by very reliable companies. We had a situation. Remember when the passport office changed things around? There was a backlog of passports, and while they were eventually sorted, I'm wondering, did this play a factor into it too? And this system here, this Atlas system, is clearly compounding the issues with regards to the immigration system. As you guys know, we have quite a backlog when it comes to asylum claims, and I know, but I have some subscribers on my channel who clearly don't like immigration. Well, this just compounds more issues when it comes to the Home Office, because if the system is making errors and making mistakes, and we've actually covered one or two stories where they've the Home Office have been taken to court, or they've been gone back and had another claim or whatever because of faults that they have made in the system, faults that they have made, the Home Office have made, and this is obviously compounding that issue as well. Very frustrating, to say the least. It just feels like that everything's falling apart, and it's kind of just we're just sitting here waiting now, just waiting for a new government to come in and fix all these goddamn problems. That's kind of how it feels like to me. And it's just like, can we just get rid of you guys already and just have somebody else that might actually know what they're doing? Infuriating. So let's read into this, guys. So, a faulty Home Office IT system costing tens of millions of pounds has left NHS staff unable to work, slowed down operations against illegal immigrants, and kept children waiting for as long as 21 months for British citizenship, the eye can reveal. So you got children waiting forever for their British citizenship, like I said, with regards to the immigration system, and also NHS staff unable to work. Wow. The Atlas system has cost at least £71 million so far, with spending on the project still rising. The system was supposed to automate asylum, citizenship and visa applications. Instead, it has led to serious delays and caused errors because of a series of bizarre glitches, some of them seen as critical incidences. The Home Office staff have been left sobbing and have seen data supposed to be on the Atlas evaporate into the air. That's really bad. That's really bad when it's just completely disappearing and you put in all that work and effort in. That's really concerning there. Applications for British citizenship, skilled worker visas, asylum claims, the EU settlement scheme, and the Homes for Ukraine applications have all been hit by Atlas problems. Enforcements against illegal immigrants working in the UK have been hampered, according to the Independent Chief of Inspector of Border Immigration, the ICIBI. So all these things are being affected because they're all being used by an Atlas system. The old Atlas system was supposed to replace has had to be kept online, and frustrated officials have had to double key information into both of them. So because the system is so crap, this new system, they've had to use an old Atlas system because that's how unreliable it's becoming. The Home Office has admitted the quality of Atlas data means its officials may be unwilling to trust it. It says it has significant resources being put in place to resolve the ongoing issue, though it will not reveal how much. Oh, sounds like a freedom of information request there. Some of the malfunctions have been classified as a P1 critical technical incident, which the government says can include system access problems and wider technical failures with possible reputational impact. The father of a UK child born who has been waiting 21 months for his British citizenship application is told how he's left unable to leave the country or go to school trip abroad, while another case in an NHS nurse was unable to start working at the hospital because she could not prove her right to work. So we have potential doctors and nurses ready to go, guys, within our NHS that can't work because of this system. I know, it's so infuriating. In response to legal letters and correspondence from MPs seen by the IDA Home Office, has referred delays to caused by Atlas only as an IT issue or known technical issue without giving details. The Home Office asylum caseworker said colleagues have been sobbing in the office because Atlas has caused them to miss performance targets and financial incentives during the scramble to meet Rishi Sunak's vow to clear the historic asylum backlog. So some of them have been given the right kicking because of and instead of actually meeting their objectives and targets, they've failed them, not because they haven't performed but because of the system in place. Sobbing in the office. They estimate that 40% of cases have been handled get stuck in different points, with glitches including Atlas locking civil servants out of asylum cases and preventing them from recording a decision for weeks. Why? Other errors saw Atlas move asylum cases to other Home Office units and could not deal with them, preventing interviews from being booked up and stop completely decisions from formally served. The caseworker would fill up with cases and I felt overwhelmed and powerless, the caseworker said. During last summer it got so bad we all tried to write as many cases as fast as possible, but too many times you stay late on Friday afternoon, write your case and load it into Atlas, then click on the outcome button just to see your performance statistics evaporate into the air. Wow. That's horrible. Several ICIBI reports have warned of Atlas errors and data issues, particularly regarding asylum claims, and have blamed the system for the delays to the Afghan resettlement program. That's another issue as well. The Independent Chief Inspector of Border and Immigration flagged Atlas errors and data issues in 4 separate reports published by the Home Office last week. The former Chief Inspector David Neal, who was sacked by the Home Secretary James Cleverly, warned in a report on asylum casework that efforts have been hampered by a lack of progress in digitalising progress and by clunky IT systems. Rather than assisting decision making at the main system in use, Atlas has served to slow things down. The ICIBI had found that newly recognised refugees were left unable to find housing or employment because Atlas delayed using biometric resident permits, while there were missing interview records, record duplications, and disparities between Atlas and other systems. Oh my god, that's just bad. A separate ICIBI report found that Atlas issues had delayed Afghan resettlements because some sponsors could not be traced on the system, meaning staff had to phone people asking for their immigration status. It's as if so much time is being wasted here because of this crap system. The report that said that some Afghan refugees had to restart application because Atlas was unable to record that they had submitted biometric information to the Home Office. That is just really pathetic. The ICI also warned a report illegal working enforcement that Atlas had not been linked up with the data on illegal immigrants and overstayers on a separate IT system in the way it was supposed to, causing delays and in report on citizenship deprivation. And ICIBI found that inspectors were not able to record some decisions on Atlas. How is this? Who? Obviously, there has to be some questions about the company who is implementing this. And clearly, I don't know about you, but I think they owe the taxpayer quite a bit of money on this. I don't know about you, but I think they owe the taxpayer a bit of money here because they are damaging a very important work that civil servants are doing. They're damaging incredibly important work because of a system that's been created on behalf of the British government that's not working properly. So I think we as taxpayers should be funded some funds should be funded something back from this. The fact that it's cost us £71 million, no, I think they should give us some of that money back because they've obviously given us a system that's not working effectively and efficiently, and we're paying for it. And not only are we paying this taxpayer money for this system that's not working properly, but it's also compounding immigration, our NHS, our workforce, people getting their citizenships. No, we shouldn't be paying that much money here for it. I think they should be reimbursing the Treasury, if I'm honest. The Refugee and Migration Forum of Essex and London, a charity that supports vulnerable migrants, said it was representing several families whose citizen applications for their UK-born children have been delayed by unspecified IT issues. Nick Belgles, the charity head of campaign, said there is no justification for the government taking over a year to process the straightforward applications and delaying these children's rightful acquisitions of citizenships and the security that entails, especially when their parents have paid thousands of pounds in Home Office fees. A letter from the Home Office to RAFMail on the 23rd of January stated there had been a number of applications affected by IT issues across the UK VI in the past year. Our IT system has investigated the problems and put significant effort into understanding the root cause of all instances. They now have a strategic plan in place and to have started working on these IT issues. Significant resources are being put in place to resolve these issues, and operationally we are seeing progress being made. A stocked Home Office response sent to multiple MPs raising constituents' cases last year said there was an IT issue affecting UK visa and immigration, the UK VI applications, but that a programme was in place to see the number of bugs minimised. Parliamentary caseworkers who spoke on the condition of autonomy said they had been told by the Home Office that the IT issues described in an official response was caused by Atlas. A father of one of the children affected by Atlas delay told the DI he had to pay £1,012 fee to register his son's citizenship in June 2022. And the boy had been born in the UK and lived in the country his whole life. We couldn't afford it at first, so I had to get someone to lend me some money and top it up with my credit card just to make the application, said the man who did not want to be identified. It still hasn't been dealt with. We're told that there was an IT problem and it's still ongoing. It's been almost 2 years. So this guy's paid over £1,000 to register his son's British citizenship, and it still hasn't been done. The man's son, now 12, cannot get a British passport as a result of being unable to go on school trips abroad. He's really unhappy because all his classmates are going. His father said he's never been anywhere outside the UK. He was born here and he's never left. I've tried my MP to get involved. I've contacted the Home Office several times. I've made complaints. I don't know where to turn for help. When the family made an identical application for their eldest child in 2019 before Atlas was rolled out, there was no issues and it was resolved within 6 months. I really don't know what explanation to give my boy. Every time he asks me, I just saying we are trying, but at times it goes to his room, shuts his door and won't talk to anyone, his father said. We just left to deal with the consequences and the empathy. I can't say that word, sorry. Something needs to be done about it. Yeah, this is affecting this. There's so many things are being affected by this issue with Atlas. So many things. This is just one of probably many stories out there that have been affected because of Atlas. The issues that the IT system Atlas is causing, the new one anyway. The system became operational in 2019 and was gradually rolled out into different parts of the Home Office. It faced several delays caused partly by Brexit, the Afghan evacuation and the Ukraine war. In July, the Home Office Chief Technical Officer handled the modernisation of the immigration service, adding, Atlas automates large parts of the immigration casework process and will ultimately eradicate the use of paper. Applications of those who are migrating to the UK are dealt with far more swiftly and therefore improving their user experience. Published government contracts show that £71 million has been spent on Atlas since 2019, but the real cost is believed to be higher because the system is part of a wider immigration platform technologies programme. A Home Office accounting assessment in September 22, which was not made public until January this year, said the programme had cost £406 million since 2014, and another £66 million was expected to be spent through to completion. Yes, I understand, guys, that these things cost money, and obviously we need to have changes over time. And I'm all for more use of automation and IT systems, making things easier for people. I'm all for that, guys. But like I understand that there are always complications to things, but it's 2024 now. This shouldn't be happening at this point. Yeah, you've had a few years now to get it embedded in, and it really is. The system really is just costing. Like at this point, I understand they need to get it through, but they need to get a grip on it. They're saying they're getting a grip on it, but they need to. It said that Atlas was used by 30,000 people, but warned the underlying quality of data presents a risk to the successful adoption of Atlas, as there may be an unwillingness to trust the validity of the data in the new systems. Several MPs have raised parliamentary questions about the delays to visa and citizenship applications, prompting Home Office Minister Tom Purskov to admit on the 27th of February, increasingly since 2023, applications to remain in the UK have been processed on the new caseworker system, Atlas. There has been some issue encountered as Atlas has been developed. Mr. Purskov said the issues were not systematic and said that most have been resolved within days. A Home Office spokesperson said Atlas successfully processed approximately 120,000 applications per month, including asylum applications, security checks and productions of biometric resident permits. When IT issues occur in the minority of cases, they are resolved as a priority when dedicated technical support terms. We're investigating in our digital infrastructure to create a modern asylum caseworking system that is subject to continuous improvements and initiatives. I mean, it's obviously they're saying that look at the things that we've done look at the many things that the Atlas has done. Like, yes, you've done these things. Yes, you're expected to successfully process these things. You're expected to do them. But you still have faults. You still have issues. You still have NHS workers not ready to go because of this faulty IT system. You have case workers in the immigration system not being able to get done because of the faults that the Atlas system has. You have citizenship applications waiting to get done that haven't been done because you have faulty issues there. So there's a lot of issues. And it was put in 2019 and it's now 2024 and they're still having these issues. Yes, I understand these processes take time, and no, I'm not a computer whiz myself, but when we're dealing with very sensitive issues and processes, it should be a rare occurrence that these kind of faults and happens to certain people. It should be a rare thing. But the fact that there's been many cases being highlighted here on this shows the faults that it has, and they need to get a grip on it. They really do need to get a grip on it because it's damaging to people. It's damaging to us. And like I said, we're spending a lot of taxpayer money on this system. I think Atlas, on this Atlas system, I think the company behind it, they should be paying us back some money because it hasn't completely gone through as planned, and it's costing us. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's honestly costing us? Because I think it is. I don't think it's right that we should be paying so much for it. I think it doesn't sit right with me at all. But let me know what you guys think about this article and your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate. Share it across social media and hit that bell notification icon so you'll be notified of when I upload another video. And if you want to financially support me in the work I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.